What's going on? This is Gregatron, and I saw the last episode of Bates Motel. It was a okay ending. The episode itself really wasn't bad. It was a good episode itself, but I don't know if it was a good way to end that series or that show. Uh, like I said, the episode was good, but I expected more out of it. Basically, I mean, the scenes were good, but there were just some moments where I thought more was gonna happen, where I expected more. Like the part where Dylan and Norman are talking about Bradley. He says he's over Bradley, but we can just look at the guy. We know he's not over Bradley, right? And he's like, go for it. Just, I don't care, go for it. And Dylan, I'm thinking these two are going to fight, right? It'd be a little silly to fight over a girl. Like, why would you fight your own brother over a girl? But you can look at Norman and see that he's very emotional. And he still cares about this girl to a certain degree. And he was already uncomfortable when he brought the box down for Bradley. So I thought there would be a lot more conflict between the brothers, which really didn't happen. Norman just walked out. Uh, Also, I thought Dylan and Bradley were gonna be closer. Like, maybe like Bradley could have not went to the dance. Instead, she would have hung out with Dylan or something. You know, not like they'd be like boyfriend and girlfriend, but I thought they'd be, you know, closer or something. To some level. And the part towards the end with Norman after he gets punched, his teacher stops by, picks him up. Well, not stops by, but she's driving. When he's at her house, I'm like, man, finally, Norman. I'm like, this is it. She's been giving you signs for 10 episodes, man. I'm just thinking, that's right. Go for it. I'm like, she's right there, Norman. I know this is a little weird because, yeah, he's 17. But, he's got to know, right? He's got to know that this lady likes him. And, like, this would have been their little secret. So I'm like, go ahead, Norman. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and get you some. And then it turns out he just runs out of there. So I was like, no. I was like, man, you need to get in that house. But yeah, I was hoping he'd get it on. I'm not even lying. Uh, then the part with the docs, with Norma. To me, that was too easy. I thought there'd be a struggle between the three, between the sheriff, Norma, and what's the bad guy's name? He'll say something like, "I have multiple names. I have many aliases. Just call me Joe." I don't even know his name, so I'll just call him Joe. But I thought like he would be pointing a gun at Norma, and then the sheriff might get there a minute later and be like, "Put the gun down. You don't want to do this." Something like Norma didn't have to do anything in that whole scene. All she had to do was sit there. And it turns out, yeah, the sheriff takes the guy out. So he's like her hero. She did nothing. She didn't even have to show up, right? If she stayed home, the same exact thing would have happened. Okay? So to me, that was too easy. But yeah, I say good riddance after the sheriff shot dude. Then, like, I thought somebody was gonna die. You know, whether it was Dylan or the sheriff, somebody. You know, but the only person who died was the bad guy. Let's call him Joe. So we lost Joe, which is actually a good thing because he's a creepy dude. I get creeped out just from watching him. But yeah, he was the only person who died, so I guess you can call it a happy ending. But man, the last scene was crazy. I didn't see that coming. I mean, in the past, Norman has had those visions where his mom is sitting there telling him to do something, and then he does it. It's in his mind. She's not really there. But I didn't think he was gonna, kill that lady because they showed him just run off. But I should have, because she said, "You know what you have to do," or "You know what to do," or something. But that's nuts. I mean, that was a good scene. That was a good way to end the episode, but I don't know if it was a good way to end the series. But that's nuts. I mean, killing this teacher, man. After she was coming on to him and all that, I was like, man, this show is off the hook. But yeah, great show, great series. Um, they don't really need a season two. I mean, I don't think they need a season two. I think season one's just fine. You know, I would recommend it. I might make a new review of the whole show in general. But let me know what you think of the last episode. Let me know what you think of the show as a whole. It's so good. Like, I don't even call it Bates Motel anymore. I'll be like, it's time for Norman Bates. Norman Bates is coming on. That's how good it is. But yeah, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.